welcome. I'm so glad you're here today.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me, because you were in 2 films, you have to tell me all about being an actress. How did it start? How did you get involved? What's it all about?
Well, David Walker is the director. He's a high school friend of mine.
Uh-huh.
And I was on Facebook and I saw him. He said he was doing movies. And I told him to put me in one. And next thing you know, I've been in almost all his movies since then.
Oh, my word.
Yes.
And how many movies has how many movies has he made?
I have no idea how many he's made, but I know I've been in the last 4 that he's done.
Wow.
Yes.
And what were they? All of
One
them?
was The Interview.
I hope I can get this position. I'm not that qualified in it, but I'm ready to do the work, and I'm here to see if I can get the job.
Well, let me say this. You ain't got nothing to worry about. We'll find a spot for you. I guarantee it.
Oh, great, because I didn't have a resume. And
Okay.
We have Crisis in the Valley, part 1. We're working on part 2.
Oh.
I did Devil with a Smile, and right now I'm working on About Face.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a lot,
It's
but
intense.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you always want to be an actress?
No, I was a dancer when I was younger,
Ah.
but due to disability I have, which is called multiple sclerosis, I'm not able to dance like I used to dance. So.
Well, first of all, tell me about the movie Crisis in the Valley. And,
Crisis in the Valley is surrounding about it is the surrounding is a church, and it's all the members in the church.
Mm-hmm.
But all the members in the church have something different that they're going through in life.
Okay.
And the movie is to bring out, like, am I in that situation? What can I do differently, and how that might affect someone else's life?
Imagine after being through the films, it has really changed you altogether.
It has.
Allowed you to be more expressive
Yes.
and
Yes.
have a
Yes.
sense of camaraderie with the other actors. and actresses.
Definitely, everyone in the Walkstar family, that's what we call ourselves, the
Oh,
Walkstars.
Rockstar.
Yes, everyone in that family was excellent. I mean, we all got along, we laughed, everyone, we became a family.
What are you working on tomorrow?
About Face. About Face.
And what
yes.
is that one about?
This one is about PTSD, and it's a gentleman that was in the battlefield and came home.
What I'm hearing from you is that most all of these things are about overcoming
Yes, it is.
and finding your way through faith, or getting rid of all the bugaboos in your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it gives you a lot of hope. All his movies give you hope, kind of makes you look at yourself in a different manner. Yes.
I think
yes,
they
it
call
does.
that art.
Yeah. Well, whatever he does, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great and it's beautiful to look at.
Yeah. Now, do you see yourself now, since you've been acting, do you see yourself as an artist?
No, I don't see myself as an artist because
You.
I show up. I'm going to tell you that. I show up. That's it. I just show up. Seriously.
Have you had other experiences like theater or
No.
modeling or anything
No.
like that?
No.
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 Wow.
No.
Well, now it's all before you.
Yes, it is.
You know?
Yes, it is, and it's very overwhelming. I know it's overwhelming for him, but it's really overwhelming for me because I do not want to let him down.
Aw.
So it's the friendship, and then it's the business, and it's a great mixture.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder if those experiences happened. I'm sure it did back in the old Hollywood golden era, when they made some of those like for instance, It's a Wonderful Life. Do you remember
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Yes.
These are movies that's going to be you can go back and look at. They all have a meaning. The Interview has a meaning of race. It's reverse racism. If you watch The Interview, it's actually reverse racism.
How can you give me a little synopsis of it? Tell me a
Well,
little bit about it.
It's
How does it start off?
It starts off where there's a lady there interviewing for a job,
Uh-huh.
and it's a Caucasian lady
Okay.
getting interviewed by a black man, and he's giving her information as if it was to a black person. She's telling you, like, how would you feel like if you were in slavery for 400 years? and I just come in and just get the job, just off my looks because he related to me better. So, just everything has a meaning. It's going to make you think. All his movies are going to make you think and make you question yourself a little bit as if, am I really doing this out of automatic, or am I doing this because I was taught, or am I doing this because it's right?
Interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yes.
I know that makes me think about all the different kinds of prejudices. I mean,
Yes.
when I was little, it was, oh, you don't have enough education, or oh, you're
Right.
too short, or you're too verbal, or you're not verbal
Not
enough.
verbal
or
enough. It's always something. You're
something.
too
You're
old,
rich.
you're too young, you're not the right color.
I know every single day you run through your obstacles, but if you focus on accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, don't mess with Mr. In Between,
Correct.
then you might have half a chance to endure.
Yes. And that's what a lot of his movies are. A lot of people are enduring things that they can overcome.
Yes.
And that's what I like about his movies.
What do you see the future in terms of things that you might want to try?
I'm not sure. I'm just riding this little train here and see where it leads. I mean, it's still very new. I've only been acting with him for 2 years maybe?
Interesting. Joan Rivers said, when she was interviewed many times, I heard her repeat herself. She says, because she gained everything and then she lost everything.
Yes.
And she said, I walk through every door. I keep trying. I
Yes.
just keep walking. I don't, because she was like, I don't know, 100 years old when
Right,
she died, right?
right.
And she said that's what kept her going, because she just had that energy about her. And they also asked her if she believed in God and everything like that. And she says, well, just in case, I do.
It actually helped me with my multiple sclerosis because then I don't feel so trapped or pushed back to where I can't. My limitations are set. So this helps me overcome everything. Just being a part of that, being a part of the Walkstar family, having something to do, getting up and really getting prepared for it.
And showing the world that
And
you
showing
can
the
do
world
it.
that I am still here, yes.
And how encouraging
Yes.
that is to everyone, and to me too.
I danced since I was 3 years old, all the way up until I was 18. So dancing was, that was a big part of my life. And
obviously music.
yes, and music and anything that dealt with getting on stage and performing, that's what I like to do. But I never thought of acting or anything like that. I just get on there and perform, do my little dance and get off the stage, But, now that I have this acting and the actress side of it, I'm just so gung-ho. It seems like a more of a adult thing to do than to dance, so this gives me so much clarity on my life, on what I want to do. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
It does.
I have a little bit of quality of life other than this is your illness and hope you walk tomorrow.
Right. And I think that's what the arts do for people. The dancing, I think there's an interesting way of looking at life as a dancer, because you're in time and space, and you know where to position things, and
Exactly.
it's very physical.
Very physical.
I mean, it's mental concept, but it's very physical. I have, from my background, I've, been around dancers, but I've also been around theater people and visual people, and I just love it all. It's all the same thing.
Yes.
It's just different forms.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a different form. It's a more adult form for
Right.
me.
And usually if you are good at the one, then you kind of go off to the others and you get fine-tuned and...
Yes, that's exactly what it feels like. Like I'm getting fine-tuned in this new genre that I have.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I will be looking forward to seeing what kind of adventures that you're going to have.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can't wait to show you what we got.
And I appreciate you sharing your illness, because personally, I had a grandmother that went through that for many years. And this was back in the Stone Age days when the dinosaurs were around, okay? So I know advancements and everything is all different now. And so
Yes.
there's more hope and more things that you can do.
Yes, and it's a lot more awareness. Not enough, but a lot more awareness than what it was before. It's a very horrid disease. I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
I know,
No one.
I know. Well, you're a beacon of light to me.
Oh, thank
And I
you.
so appreciate it. And I hope that you'll come back and share more adventures
Oh,
with us.
I definitely will. Hopefully next time I can bring like a little clip of what we got.
Okay, we'll be looking forward to it. And in the meantime, have a sip of Maryland.
Marilyn.
Oh, me too. And you know, I never was really into her until I started thinking about, see, I had my art studio is about the 9 muses. This is like in ancient Greece. They gave human characteristics to gods and goddesses. And then they felt that these characters inspired them to do the arts. Gang, there was like 9 of them. There was literature, there was drama, theater, comedy,
okay,
all of
yes,
that, you
yes.
know? And then they had a gang leader, and his name was Apollo, okay? He was the god that led them around, so to speak. And so our modern day, I guess, icons, our modern day people that inspire us, I think one of them that has endured has been Marilyn. I kind of got interested in her, not because I was looking for it or anything, but the more I started, you know, thinking about her and looking at all the pictures, and I mean, every other day there's another picture that I never saw before of her, and the mystery of her life and her death.
Exactly. That's what makes her so beautiful. It's the mystery
Yes.
of her. And I think everybody, you see a picture and everybody could come up with something different.
Yes.
She's sad, she's happy, she's, you know, we really don't know, but on her pictures, you're going to get something out of it.
You are.
That's what I liked about Marilyn.
Yeah, and then she gets prettier and prettier.
Yes, she does.
But at the same time, it makes you think about once you do have great success like that, oh, brother, you better watch
You
out.
better watch out. Exactly. But you got to keep yourself grounded. And I think that's what David Walker wants to teach all of us. Keep yourself grounded. No one's better than anyone. You
Right.
know, we all work together. We're all going for the same goal.
Right.
So we became a family, and it's a wonderful mixture.
A family within the art.
A family within the art. Love it. Walk star, family
You are
within the
absolutely
art.
wonderful, and I hope you'll come back and
I
share.
definitely will.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Very special guests, Don Maxwell, actor, producer, writer, and Jose Colon, screenwriter.
I started in film actually kind of an odd way. I didn't start entertainment. I was actually in the medical field. So I went to school and I did nursing, which is kind of odd. Everybody goes, wow,
Oh, okay.
really?
Well, that was my next word, wow.
Yeah. So, but I've always wrote since I was young. I started writing when I was 5 years old, just little things.
Yeah.
And I've always loved writing, but I didn't want to just do writing as a career because I was afraid in case it never took off. I didn't want to be a starving artist,
Right.
which makes sense, I mean, in the world.
Sure.
So I actually did medical for a while, and I continued pursuing my writing, and then I started getting interested more and more in films. And one day I actually ran into a guy that was doing an independent film, and he asked me if I was interested in seeing how he films.
Wow.
So I was like, yeah, sure.
What a
why not?
stroke.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you can't be a one-trick pony in this business, that's
No,
for sure, because
no.
you got to do a lot of things if you're going to work.
Oh yeah, you got to change
Yeah.
many hats.
Oh, yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
You definitely do. So.
Now, in your list of skills, it says you're an actor, producer. Why don't you tell our viewers? They know what an actor does.
Correct.
They know what a director does, and they know what a writer does. And why don't you tell our viewers what they do?
A producer does a lot of things. I mean, they are in charge of overseeing things on the set. Like a lot of times with the director, we sit side by side. But I call them we're joined at the hip.
We were talking about The Outsider. Now you're a producer and actor in The Outsider.
I'm an actress in the correct, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
but
yes.
you're not
And
producing.
No, I'm helping him kind of with
She
the,
overlooks it and she
I
has
overlook
any
stuff,
comments
right.
you can
So
make.
who's
and
actually
she's-
producing The Outsider then?
That's Mr. Walker, David Walker.
David, okay,
Yeah,
the
he's-
director,
yeah, yeah.
producer, director.
Right.
Right,
I started
right.
off the whole thing by writing a manuscript of the story, and then it like took off of me.
Yeah.
And everybody fell in place. And she was
No.
nice enough to be on it, which I'm grateful that she is, and everyone else to all the actors and actors doing this. In fact, no funding at all, but they willing to help out,
Yeah.
present the film out there to the world. You know,
That's great.
about a film that shows that there are heroes in this world. There's heroes like her, the mother, taking on the establishment, taking on the bishop, which Amish won't dare to do. Supposed to be humble, but yet she takes him on. Her son, meantime, he's a hero also. So you got two heroes there, her and the son
Okay.
in that movie.
Now, what I wanted to ask you is about David Walker, the
Mm-hmm.
director. How did you guys come together? How did you choose him?
Well, I was looking for filmmakers throughout. Others, the one that I saw, that I talked to, and when I seen some of they showed me some of what they did. It was not their resume was not that good. They didn't have any good, So then this lady that she was an actress. I happened to meet her, and she told me that there's a producer that he's well known and he has a good resume. So I went and talked to him. Me and Terry Sarko. He runs the agency up there in Linda Weaver. If you know her on Market Street by
Yeah, I know
President.
Linda. Uh-huh.
Right. He works for her, and so we what was I gonna say? No, I lost it. I need a cup of coffee.
we got coffees over there.
You know,
Help yourself, man.
It's like no.
And at the time, I didn't know
Right.
who's saying.
I lost.
So I didn't know Joe at all. If I would have
Yes.
known, he probably would have asked me, "Hey Don, would you have been interested in coming aboard to produce
Mhm.
this?" But I wasn't even in the area. He already had Mr. Walker aboard before I
Okay.
even got involved.
Now,
in this
I asked
project.
you earlier about how you got these acting parts. We went off on a tangent. I don't think I got an answer. How did you're listed with all these acting credits on the database,
Right.
and how did all that happen for you?
I actually have a lady that does some casting calls for me. She gets
Okay.
in contact with me. Then I go on audition, just like I auditioned for his
Okay.
at the time. And actually, for his, it was kind of funny. When he asked me to be in it, I said, "Oh, no, Joe, I don't know if I can. If I do, it'll be a really small part." So he goes, "Okay, I'll write in a really tiny part for you." He's going to put me in as a waitress.
Right.
Do you remember?
Right.
And he calls me up because I was in town, and he goes, "Don, the director wants to do some auditioning, and I want you to come." And I said, "Okay, but I'm still the waitress, just a really tiny part because I don't have time." And he's like, "Okay." So I go and I auditioned, and it
So
was
you play a waitress in that?
no,
What,
no, I was
at the
supposed to.
beginning, supposed
But
to.
now,
Right.
now I'm playing the main actress in it.
Oh, okay.
The mother, Amish.
Yeah,
The mother.
yeah.
The Amish mother of the
main-
boy that was in the scenes
Yes.
yesterday.
Right.
What's
exactly.
his screen name?
His screen name is Jonah.
Yeah.
Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah. No, is it Jonah?
Jonah,
Yeah, Jonah
yeah,
Jolder.
Yeah, Jonah. Yeah, because
That's
I'm
what
Ruth.
names him,
Yeah.
right.
It's
And she
Jonah.
plays Ruth Yoder, the mother. And her husband is Matthew Yoder, the bad
Yeah.
father.
Now, how did you find all the other people that were there at the?
I went around to many
Location.
various places, parks, went to malls and X many people. I'm looking for the character that fits the character. Well, certainly in the videos. And I look at them and are you afraid to be in front of the camera? Are you camera shy? So no. You want to do this? And there was ups and downs. Those that would put their hands up. How much you pay? No. Right away. No, we're doing this for a church. It's for them. We don't know what's going to happen with this. They say, well, I'd like to help you. And you know what's the sad thing about that? When they say, I'd like to help you, I say, wait a minute. You'd like to help me? I'm trying to put you out there in front of the public, so your friends, your family can see you. And, even it's going to be in the theaters. I want me you help, I said, thank you, please. And then
Yeah, they got it backward.
there's always something else. 20 that you go through, and then maybe 2 say yes. So eventually, I was blessed to have her, those that jumped on board, and then we got fantastic, as you saw, the
Yeah.
acting ability. The
That
priest,
was nice.
the priest,
Yeah.
he was good. And so everything's all, repetition. She knows about that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we came into a good scene.
Now, the guy that played Scumbag, did he?
They call
Does
him
he?
Scumbag, or
What's,
Leroy.
I didn't know his screen name, so and you guys were calling him Scumbag.
Yeah, well, he started that. I said, okay, we'll call him Scumbag.
But-
He looks evil. He was scary and evil. Even everybody that heard stood like, man, that guy's evil. The way he, bald headed.
Yeah, I know you guys were telling him he was evil looking.
He was. Even a girl like, ooh, look at him. And she's a Christian. We all run a film with Christians.
Yeah.
The filmmaker's a pastor. He's a pastor and also in Trumbull.
But he's also he's a pastor in real life?
Yes, he is.
Oh, I thought he was just playing one.
No, he's a pastor. The priest was playing the priest. Mr. Ed Lesho was playing the priest.
Oh, okay.
So he was playing the priest in that thing. But he's a pastor. So like Leroy, the one carpenter, he's I said, "You want to be in a film?" He said, "Can you?" I'm not afraid of acting. When they say that, I said, "Wow."
Are you talking about Scumbag?
Yeah, Scumbag.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Because his name Leroy, say Scumbag. That ain't gonna stick. Hey, Scumbag, how you doing today? He probably accept the name now.
So now, Jose, after The Outsider, what happens after The Outsider? Do you have anything cooking
Yes, I have.
manuscript-wise?
Well, I have Miss Dawn Maxwell. Where's she at? Oh. She wrote,
I don't know.
she
She's
read the
not here right
manuscript.
now.
It's called Fracking the Horror. It's about Indian sacred burial grounds. The Native Americans protesting, the drilling sites running for gas, they're running pipes down,
Right.
and for fracking, and they're protesting. And then you have the townsfolk protesting because of the water table being contaminated in wells.
Right.
So the movie's about that. It's a horror film. Could be a thriller, maybe thriller or horror film. And it's all fighting against this, but there's a plot to it. There's I don't want to give it away.
No, don't give it.
She knows. And so hopefully that Miss Maxwell here, she find interest in it, maybe present it to her people down there. Hopefully the creator does.
He laughs because I have 5 screenplays that I'm working on.
Difficult, or does it come easy for you?
It comes easy for me. The way I write, everybody asks me how I write. It's like watching a movie. I close my eyes and I just visualize it all. It plays out for me. So all I'm in is just pretty much writing it. Once you build with your characters, at least it is for me when I write, my characters actually talk to me. And that sounds weird as a writer.
That's a gift.
Yes,
But-
glad she said that.
You're gifted that way.
Yeah,
Yes, you're
yeah.
gifted
It's funny
certainly.
because it's like one time I'm in the shower and I have my characters talking to me. I'm trying to relax, I'm done writing, and my characters are like, "I wouldn't do that," and the other one's like, "Yes, you would." So I mean, I'm fighting in the shower with my characters. It's like, guys, I'm trying to take a shower, But I mean, it is
That's
a
what
gift,
it is.
and a lot of writers I think that really enjoy writing do bond with their characters, because if you bond as a writer to your characters, you're going to develop them so much better, because you as a
That's
viewer is going to get involved with the
Yeah,
story.
you have to identify with the characters you're writing about, right?
The pain speak.
They do.
Oh,
They
yeah.
do.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Spoken from a true artist.
Yes, yeah. And that's true. I mean, they do. And I figure if they're speaking to me and coming out through me, when you guys go to watch it or read it, if it's a book or a movie, it's going to speak to you guys. Each character, you might bond to just one. As long as you bond to one, I'm happy with that, because that means that's going to keep you involved in the film or the story that you're doing.
Well, you've got 3
So-
projects going on that I could see at one time.
Yes, they do.
And you're a busy lady, so...
And now I just got casted in 2 other films, so out in Georgia area.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, and
Great.
a TV series that we were supposed to actually shoot the trailer, but I don't know when we're doing that now because that's kind of been put on the back burner. So
You mentioned you're going to Egypt
I am.
soon.
I am.
What's going on in
I
Egypt?
have some investors there that are interested in some of my projects, so I'm actually going to go meet with them in Egypt, and we're going to discuss some of the stuff that I write and I
Egyptian companies there.
do. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes.
What now, are these going to be Egyptian language movies, or are they going to be...
Actually, they will be in English, and they will do the translation underneath in Arabic.
How'd that come together?
Him and I actually both got invited to the red carpet film event
Okay.
for movies. And we kind of ran into each other, started talking, and he's like, "Dawn, I see that you write. I've been reading about you. You've got a lot going on your plate. I'm interested in having you aboard. Let's sit down and have a meeting, and let me look at your stuff." And I said, "Okay, let me see what yours is." So he sent me his manuscript for his films, and he said, "Would you be interested in coming aboard and help me with these?" And I said, "Yeah, actually I would," because they're not horror genre. So they're outside my box, which is good for me, because also Joe's movie is something different. I mean, me going from, because I do modeling for horror magazines too, so I am typically an all gore.
The musical award. Remember?
Yes,
She was in
yes.
the musical awards.
Yeah, she mentioned that.
Yeah. So I do a lot of things outside the box. Yeah, I went to the Academy Music Awards red carpet event. I'm not a musician, but Someday I might be.
Yeah,
You never know. I mean, you never know.
Might as well wear, add
It's
another hat
entertainment.
to
It's
your.
all
Yes.
entertainment. I mean, I do love to sing.
Jeez.
I just sing in the shower right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a musician, so let me know when you want to come and sing, and
Oh, okay, I will.
We'll
I will.
feature you.
We'll do that. See that?
now
As well.
somebody, I don't know if it was you, Jose, or if it was Don that mentioned Sony Pictures to me. There's some kind of connection here with Sony and in
For
terms
my
of
film.
distribution.
For my
That's her.
film.
That's
For
her.
your
For my
film.
films,
Okay,
yes.
but not for the outside.
No, not for the
That's
outside.
for
Okay.
that's
No.
apart from that.
No,
Like
no.
to be, but
Yeah, not for this, not for his. I have them for Sins of Seven.
That could be a real benefit.
Oh yeah.
And now is that a distribution deal?
Yeah, they are on. Yeah,
They're
they
not
were
involved in the production.
Well, they will be a little bit. They always are. Your distribution always is because they want to make sure you're going to make money back on your
Oh, sure.
production. I mean, it's always nice when you have investors to make back. I mean, that's one way I look at a project. When I write a project, I don't write it just for me. I write it in the idea of the investor. Are they going to make money back on this project? Is this something that people are wanting right now in the industry, when I write? Because if it's not, there's no sense in me doing it because you're not going to want to invest in something of mine if you're not going to get a good return on it.
Right.
So, I mean,
Makes
it makes
sense.
yeah. Just
Sure.
like when I hired the people for my film, I want everybody to be like family. I want everybody to work well together.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel if you're comfortable working with me, instead of going, oh my gosh, I don't want to work with her, she's uppity or she's this. I feel if you're comfortable and you can come talk to me and you're going to bring out the best you can in the characters on my film, you're going to bring it to life. And that's what's important because it does show in films. It really does. And if you build that family bond, I think, even with his film, it's the same way. It doesn't matter whether it's a big budget or a low budget. I think you got to have a connection with your actors. The whole crew's got to work together as family, as a team. Because if not, it shows on that big screen. You can go and look at the best movie out there and you can say, wow, that movie was fabulous, except it was missing something. And maybe there was a lot of conflict off screen that we don't know about that was going on. And then you go and you watch another film that may not be as high a budget, but you go, wow, that was an awesome film.
Really clicked.
Right, it really clicked, and I loved everything about it, probably because they all worked together as a team, and everybody got along, and everybody had fun doing it. And it really brought the film out.
it wasn't that easy neither. I bet you what you're doing is not that easy. It's a lot of work. I mean,
Well, you get a lot of people with different personalities, but you've got to,
it's
you've just got to be flexible and understanding and kind of at times understand
Act as a
everybody's.
mediator sometimes.
Exactly, yeah. Well, your director's a very important part of your project because the director, him and I are going to be joined at the hip pretty much in a production. And I want us both to see eye to eye. I mean, I'm very creative. He knows that. I really think outside the box. Even in his film, a lot of times you'll see before I go into my acting mode, I actually start thinking, and he always asks me, what's she doing? But I'm visualizing his picture in my mind
she's
before.
walking at the same time when she's walking around the circle.
So that when I get up there and act, I can bring
Yes.
that section alive for him in his film so people see it and they believe
great.
it. And that's the thing with my director. I want him to also be very artsy and think outside the box. So when him and I sit together and we're doing my film, I can go, wow, he's got the same vision as me. He's thinking outside the box. Because the more we do together and bring that film alive, the more you guys are going to enjoy it.
For Don Maxwell, Jose Colon, I'm Tommy Chris. Thanks for watching this edition of Tommy Chris TV. We'll see you next time.